All right, Trevor, we're here. We're doing our little recording for our 5th episode. We're just waiting for our guest to arrive.
Yeah. I've never met this guy. What's he like? How is he?
Well, I've known him for a few years. He's super chill. He's a cinephile like us, but he's trying to convince him bad movies are good. So he just came up with this on the fly, and we'll just see how it runs tonight.
Oh, okay, cool. So I guess he's never seen the Ernest movies before either, right?
I'm sorry, what?
The Ernest movies, all 9 of them that you made me watch, were not. Isn't this the Ernest episode?
What are you? Oh, right. We made that decision last month.
Yeah, I binge watched them all in one sitting. I called off my brother's wedding for that.
I never said you should have done that.
Well, sure, but I needed to get them done, so I got them done, as quick as possible. I thought this was an important podcast episode.
And I appreciate that you got the job done. Unfortunately, I guess I forgot to hit send on the memo, the email, and because I use Yahoo. I know you don't use that platform, but DeAndre is not watching the Ernest movies. We're doing another horror movie.
What?
So, yeah, we're not going to do Ernest tonight.
Well, okay, well, I watched them like long enough ago that I've already kind of forgotten. So if we're pushing this off for another month, then I'm gonna have to watch them again. I kind of already forgotten so much of it.
And you know what? That's a great idea. Trevor, I'll a little egg on my face. My apologies I didn't tell you sooner, but why don't you, at a certain point, it doesn't have to be all together at once, just watch all 9 movies again, and I promise you, next podcast recording, we will do our top 10 of all the Ernest movies.
Okay, well, I got my niece's recital that she's doing. That's gonna conflict with this because I don't get that much time to watch movies, so I guess I can call that off too, so I can watch all 9 Ernest movies again.
You could do that, or hey, with today's technology, you could just bring your phone, download some of those Ernest files on your phone. You could tag team both things at once.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, yeah, okay. No, I can make this work. I can redo this. That's fine. What the hell are we watching tonight then?
Something called Margaux. Anyway, I think I hear DeAndre coming in. So yeah, we'll do Ernest next month for sure. Promise, 100%. And let me just get DeAndre in here right now.
All right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
And scene. All right, everybody. Welcome to our new episode of What Is This? A podcast that looks at some of the weirdest, strangest, and most obscure movies that probably you've never heard of, but maybe you should. And hey, Trevor, how are you doing today?
Well, I just watched Margaux, so can't be that good.
It could be better. I guess you could say the day could be better, but
I've had better days.
You bring up the movie that we watched that everybody can see, when they download this or watch it on YouTube. But why did we pick Margaux? Wait, hold on. I hear a third voice in the distance.
Are we getting feedback? What is this?
I don't know. Are we getting hacked? Is the data getting eaten right now? Who's coming in right now?
It is I.
Oh my God. Who is I? Who is I?
Is this Margaux?
Is this Margaux?
Yes, this is Margaux. No, I'm kidding. This is DeAndre, our guest, or I'm the guest for the podcast this week.
Yes, I like that you had to mention that you're the guest. I could do that, DeAndre. You didn't have to label yourself as a guest. But yes, hey, we have DeAndre Armstrong. He is a very good friend of mine, also a coworker, but he's also an independent filmmaker as well. And little inside baseball here. Both he and a bunch of people that I'm friends with out here in Los Angeles, they are aware of this podcast that we create, Trevor, and he is one of many.
They are?
Yes, he is one of less than dozens of viewers that know about this podcast. Yeah, he was very interested in joining. I guess we'll get into the movie in detail in a little bit, but DeAndre, what made you decide to pick 2022's Margaux?
Well, first off, you forced me to pick it because I remember talking about how trash one of the deaths were in the movie, and you were like, "Oh boy, yes, we have to watch that." But I remember initially my friend had watched it, and I think she texted me. Maybe I misread it wrong, but she was like, "Oh my god, this is so! Oh my god, you have to watch this movie, Margaux. It is just too much. It's insane." I'm just like, "Oh, I mean, it must be good." Like I read that as good, but then no, it meant like it was insane, as in like bad. So I'm just like, I watched it. I was like, "Why'd you tell me to watch this movie? You made it seem like it was good." She was like, "Oh no, She was like, "Oh no, I just meant to tell you to watch it because it was like." Ridiculous it was. I'm just like, oh.
Now, two things. One, I didn't force you to do anything. You could have said no at any point. Number two, though, you pulled that same stunt on me a couple years ago with Madam Web because you told me that movie was crazy, but it was crazy for the wrong reasons.
Well, it's crazy for a lot of stuff because she went to the jungle to find her mother because her mother was researching spiders in the jungle for her father to find something or whatever that line is.
I think that was verbatim what she said, actually.
Everybody's favorite line. He just did it perfectly, didn't he? See, we could talk about all the crazy movie recommendations we do with one another, but I guess we should get into this. Margaux, man, by the way, it is a pain in the butt to pronounce, and it's a pain in the butt to spell. I have spelled it wrong so many times on my notes because I'm no good at French.
Yeah, I spelled it with like an E or something. Yeah, it's not SEO optimized for sure.
Yeah, I guess it's Margaux or not Margaux.
Margaux.
Like, I don't know. I guess it's a French thing. It's like whoever decided way back when a Frenchman decided a name has to end with the letter X. It's just like I hope you're in hell. That's just a stupid way.
Half the letters in their language aren't pronounced. It's really stupid.
That is just like this movie. It's very stupid. What we like to do before we get into the actual meat and bones, DeAndre, is we talk about who's behind the camera a little bit, and also a little bit of the actors.
Yeah.
So Margaux in 2022, this was released, not in theaters. This was a pandemic movie, so this did not get a wide release.
Course.
But this was directed by Stephen C. Miller. Probably a name you've never heard of before, but I'm very familiar with him because he does a lot of trash. He did last year's very disappointing movie Werewolves, Trevor, if you remember that movie.
Oh, did you actually see that?
Oh, with Frank Grillo?
Yes, with Frank Grillo.
Oh, he did that?
Yes, he did. A fantastically premised movie, but man, does that movie just disappoint once you get into it.
You say that as if Frank Grillo is above doing a werewolf movie, which he is not.
He's not. I mean, yeah, no, he'll do anything for money. I mean, just look at his IMDb credits. It's worse than Danny Trejo, if you could believe it.
Oh, no, Danny Trejo is way worse than with Frank Grillo. Frank Grillo, he's starting to kind of get more because he's with James Gunn, so he's a little bit more quote-unquote quality stuff, but he'll still do some trash here and there, though.
Are you telling me that Danny Trejo in Death Wish 4 is not a good movie?
I'm saying Danny Trejo in season 6 or 7 of The Flash when he's like, "Here, sticky, or whatever he said. Like, it was, oh my god.
He does have good tacos and donuts though.
Does he?
Is tacos? I don't know about his donuts.
Actually, no. I think we got his donuts once for work, and I don't remember them being very good.
His tacos are okay, but they're like $30 or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, not worth it. But we're not talking about Danny Trejo's food enterprises.
I wish we were.
No, that would be better. We should do that as a side. Write that down, Trevor. That's a side podcast right there. Let's see. Other people behind the scenes. We got 3 writers on this movie.
There were 3 writers?
3 writers. Always a wonderful sign when there's 3 writers in any movie. So,
man.
3 writers here. We got a tag team duo because they also have a story credit. You got Chris Beyruti, who is a prolific horror writer, Trevor and DeAndre. He wrote such horrors as The Ellen DeGeneres Show, The Kelly Clarkson Show.
Really? This is not a joke?
This is not a joke on IMDb. He has written and produced several segments.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that always a great sign. So he's writing a horror movie. His co-writer and co-story creditor is Nick Waters, who also another prolific horror writer. His only claim to fame is doing 5 episodes of the soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful.
Wow, okay.
And then you have a third writer, which I think is rewrites, because we'll get into just how terribly written these young actors are in this movie. But you have Chris Silverstone, or Siverston, Chris Siverston, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's known for directing such great hits as the Lindsay Lohan career killer, I Know Who Killed Me.
Oh, what? I never heard of that.
No, I forgot about that.
That is a movie where she plays like a killer or a victim or something. She's got prosthetics. It's a weird movie, a very weird movie. But I want to get into the meat and potatoes of what I think is a real problem with this movie right off the gate is nobody really looks these people up, but there's a lot of producers when you make movies. And, well, the people who produce this movie also is Nick Waters and Chris Beyruti, by the way. So no one could say no to the script because they're executive producers on this. So that's always another good sign. But there's a lot of producers from places called like Lighthouse Pictures. And what's interesting is Margaux is one of the few movies where they're not going by type. Do you guys want to guess what kind of movies Lighthouse Pictures normally do?
Like Hallmark stuff?
Christian stuff?
Oh, you got it. Well, DeAndre, you're a little close, but unfortunately, Trevor did get it on the money. They are known for doing multiple Lifetime and Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh, so all the stuff my mom watches.
Oh, so like, Keep the Lights On for Christmas, I'll Be Home, or like, My Neighbor Make Cookies for Christmas or something, like those stupid titles.
Let me give you a couple tasting of, some of the Christmas movies that Lighthouse Pictures has done. They've done Paris Christmas Waltz, The Jingle Bell Jubilee, Twas the Tex Before Christmas.
What?
And sandwich in between all of these Christmas movies, and there's a ton, I count like several dozen on this one producer alone, is just 2022's Margaux. This is their foray into doing something for your moms. They're doing something for the kids.
They realize there's money in horror movies.
Yeah, there's blood and sex and a lot of weed. We're going to get to that. There's so much weed references in this movie. Yeah, just a little bit more before we get into the meat and potatoes. So, DeAndre, I think you know a couple of these actors more than I do. I recognize the one gentleman in here, Richard Harmon. He is now known for being in Final Destination Bloodlines as the stepbrother. He is awesome in that movie, and spoiler alert, he is awesome in this movie. He's the only guy that's actually trying in this movie. But one of the lead actresses, you know her from. What do you know her from specifically?
Yeah, Madison Pettis. I've known her just from being I was gonna say being a child. I mean, we've all been a child, but watching shows as a child. She was basically a Disney kid. She was from Corey in the House. I remember watching her on that. She was also on, I think, this Canadian show that would run on TNIC. I remember watching or seeing ads in high school. I think it was called Life with Boys or whatever. Never watched it, but I just remember seeing ads on TNIC. And yeah, and just recently now, she was going to be in like a newer movie in Netflix. I've just seen her pop up on social media promoting that and stuff. And but just like Richard Hartman, I remember seeing him firstly in The 100. I used to love that show. Then it kind of got annoying after a while. But he always plays like a kind of sleazy, like bad guy or like an asshole for the most part. Can we curse on here?
Oh, no, this is for children, DeAndre. There are no swear words in my podcast. No, curse all you want. Just don't say, unlike this movie, don't say the C word. Just don't throw that out there all of a sudden.
Okay, I won't say cookie. Yeah, I've seen him from The 100, Grave Encounters 2, obviously Final Destination, and I'm pretty sure I've seen him in like some other things. But yeah, it was only really those two actors that made me somewhat be like, okay, I'll check this out, because I do like, both of them, or I've seen them before. The third actress I've never seen before. I mean, she was on Riverdale apparently, but I don't watch that show, so good for her, but everyone else, unknown.
Yeah, Vanessa Morgan is the actress. She played Tony Topaz, which that sounds like a Riverdale Archie name if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I know of Madison Pettis, and that was a good little retrospective on Madison Pettis, but you forgot her biggest claim to fame was
Game Plan.
Yes, Trevor. She was the little girl in Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's The Game Plan.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh wow.
Oh, well, I'm gonna put it on the list. Whenever you say that.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing that.
You agreed to the contract. When you hit the accept button making this podcast, you decided whatever you say you haven't seen, we have to watch.
Yeah, I did not accept these terms and agreements.
Well, as we find out at the end of the movie, it doesn't fucking matter. It really does not matter that she. Let's get to the plot as it is. So, basically, we open up this movie with the best scene in the entire movie,
Yes.
and I'm just baffled the movie could not keep this tone the rest of the way. So, basically, Margaux, the titular character, is this sentient AI house. Not it's a concept. Tale as old as time. I think even since the 60s there's been like AI or like smart houses, but
Or at least it's Disney Channel.
since Disney Channel, I mean, the Jetsons, I'm trying to think, did the Jetsons have an AI house? They had the robot made. Doesn't matter. The concept of having a house be sentient is not new in fiction, but in this one, we have William and Martha. We only know that they're the character names because they say their names out loud over and over and over again in their scenes when they're getting killed. But basically, William is in one of these chairs you see at the mall where it's supposed to massage you because you get your arms and your legs and your head in like this little like divot, so it can just like squeeze you a bit. Like Trevor, you're all familiar with that.
Oh, I love getting squeezed by divots.
Like I said, this is explicit, so it's okay that he said that on this podcast. Again, this is the best scene in the movie because Margaux, for reasons that quite honestly we never figure out for the entire movie why she's doing this, she gets this William dude to have his head squeezed so damn hard that like Gallagher comes out of nowhere and hits him like a melon. His face explodes in this opening scene.
Yes. And it's a really good. We assume it's practical effects because it doesn't. There's a lot of bad CGI in this, and this death didn't look too bad. So it looks like they actually filled a pumpkin up with some like guts or something and really exploded this thing. And
Yeah, exploded it.
Yeah, it looked great.
Yeah, I guess we'll get in a little bit now. The CGI is just horrendous in this movie, but this looks practical, and there is a one or two other practical stunts happening in this movie. So it's like,
yeah,
they don't commit to it, which is very, very strange.
I will say the CGI is not top notch. ILM did not work on this, but
what
there was actually a pretty. Most of the kills in this actually were, I think, done practically, which, you know, from a horror standpoint, that's kind of what you want to see these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one death that happens, very stupid death that happens, I think is a bit CGI. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. But anyway, we see William get his melon crushed like a coconut. His wife gets blown up, I think. They don't actually really say what happens to her. But either way, we time jump into, like, this college. It's, you know, the end of the semester, and we see all these kids, the nerd herd, as we learn that their name is, but these are such Calvin Klein looking motherfuckers. They are not nerds. I'm sorry. None of these people are nerds.
They got glow-ups, that's all.
Glow-ups in Oregon? I think this takes place in Oregon. Can you do glow-ups in Oregon?
Evidently.
You can do glow-ups anywhere.
That's true. I guess I'm just spoiled because of LA, because I just see that everywhere.
Yeah, people were born pretty out here in LA.
Either that or they try to get pretty, and it's mixed results. I mean, DeAndre, you've seen it enough out here in LA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty, so yeah, I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, I never felt so much body dysmorphia when I was living out there.
And I'm living it every single day, Trevor. I keep that nightmare going.
That's why I had to leave.
But basically, these nerd herds are going to the house, Margaux's house, but they don't realize it's an evil AI house just yet. But yeah, this opening scene introducing all these characters, it's the most stereotypical, like, here's the nerd, the one nerd that actually probably is a nerd. You got the jock, you got like the overly sexual.
Got the stoner.
Stoner, for sure. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Richard Harmon plays the stoner, and again, it's a stereotypical character, but he's giving it socks, as they say. It's like he's trying to be a stoner, but yeah, just stereotypical teenagers or the like young adults here, and like nobody's likable. And as mentioned with the writers, they're not the most top-notch professional writers. So what we get here is a bunch of middle-aged men trying to write dialogue for millennials, and it goes about as well as you think in this movie.
Yeah, later in the movie, the house also speaks like a child, which is very off-putting to me.
Yeah, phrases like "no cap" and all this other stuff, and
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
it's
what are
embarrassing.
you doing? Like, there's a way to make things evergreen, or if you want to make it of the times, and it's not too cringeworthy, but like, nobody's gonna know what "no cap" is 10 years from now. It's like, what are we doing? Why is that in the script?
I don't know. I would say most people, but like, I would nowadays. I say people don't used to say no cap. They just say cap. Like they don't say no cap anymore. They will say cap. So they could still know what it is, but they don't put the whole like no cap
Right.
anymore for sure.
No, slang keeps evolving.
Yeah.
Well, DeAndre, you've worked with me long enough. You know, I'm hip. I'm with it. I know what all the cool kids are doing these days.
Yeah, you know, Michael's like 15 years older than... actually, I have no idea how old you are, DeAndre, but I'm just assuming you're 15 years younger than Michael, like I am.
I am. What's today's date? I am.
For intents and purposes, viewers, it's Saturday, September 20th when this is recorded.
Okay, so we'll say I'm 20 years old. So yeah, you're right. 15.
Oh, okay. Which is
Yeah.
weird because I've seen you drink a lot when we hang out. I don't know how you get around that.
We're gonna go with UK time, so 21. Today.
Oh, okay. Or like anywhere in
Yeah.
Europe, or in like Germany where it's like what, 16 or whatever. As long as you're tall as the booth, you're fine. You can drink.
Yeah. Or how old is Trevor?
What day is it today? 29.
Oh, okay.
So if it was a day before, were you going to say 28, Trevor?
Yeah. Yeah, thank God.
Every
God, I was a year older.
And I'm just a measly 36 years old. You know, I'm young. I'm still hip. Oh God, my knees hurt so bad.
Well, we fill the spectrum then of generations here. That's kind of cool.
That's true. Which leads to hilarious results sometimes when you have a room full of different generations.
Yeah. Even though I'm in my 30s too.
Wait, yes, you're in your 30s. I don't know why I went with thinking that you're actually in your 20s.
I knew. Oh no, I'm the youngest guy here. No.
Not by much. Just so you know, not by much. Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, well, we'll do some more ASLing a little later. Back to the plot of Margaux. So, yeah, they get into the house, as we joked earlier. They all have to say yes to an agreement. They actually don't read the fine print, obviously. The fine print says, I will kill you in the worst way possible, but they still hit the green button. As long as the button is green, it doesn't matter. Just hit the button. That's all that matters. But they get in the house. The house looks nice. This is not a cabin in the woods situation. This house is way too nice to be a cabin in the woods, but... You know, everything just looks sleek and modern, and there's this postmodern art, like, all over the walls. I don't know what that means. This William and Martha chick just has, like, all the weird stuff everywhere on this house. But, yeah, basically, and Trevor, you can agree with this, and also DeAndre, it's just, like, what we get for, like, the next third of the movie is just montages of them just having a fun time, and it takes a long time to get through these montages.
Yeah, you have a 20-minute premise that you have to fill out to an hour and 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
How is this an hour and 45 minutes? That's crazy that this was an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, this needed a 20-minute cut out of it, I think.
I mean, yeah, again, montages that could be cut. There's a villain explanation that goes nowhere that could have been cut by the end of this movie. It's just, yeah, again, the biggest flaw of this movie by far is the writing. It never, outside of the opening scene, it never gets better for the most part.
Writing, pacing, cinematography. Actually, you know what? It kind of looks fine. Honestly, I'll be honest. This was a little bit better than I was expecting, truthfully. Like, mostly from a technical standpoint. Not necessarily from a writing quality standpoint, but from a technical standpoint, I was expecting the worst.
That's true, but DeAndre's not in this world that we're in, Trevor, where we just watch hot trash.
True.
So yeah, when we see a bad quote-unquote movie, however you want to explain this movie later with our final rating of this movie, but like, Yeah, just like mid 2020 bad movies, they're just not the same as like the 80s and 90s bangers we watch every weekend together.
No, because like this is like the problem with the modern bad movie is that the only thing bad about them is just the writing, because every movie nowadays is filmed in 8K, has 20 stops of dynamic range, and everything looks like good. You know, you don't have bad looking movies anymore. So the only thing that's bad about them is just the writing, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even we joked about it with like Madam Web earlier, but like that movie, I mean, it's not competent in a lot of ways, especially with the editing, but like it's still a professional looking movie, so
Yeah.
And I will still defend that shot where she like is flipped upside down. I love that shot.
In Madam Web?
what shot was that? I'm trying to remember that.
Yeah, I believe she was like in the diner, and I think the fake Spider-Man or whoever he was, I forgot. Like,
Oh, do you mean the shot where yeah, they like turn the camera upside down and now they're like on the ceiling?
yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah, that's cool. Is someone saying that's not cool? Because that's pretty cool.
no, I just say that was like the coolest shot in the movie.
Yeah, that shit's cool. They put it in the trailer. That's how cool it is.
Yeah,
Is somebody bad mouthing Madam Web? I will not have Madam Web slander in this podcast.
Not when it comes to that shot of them on the ceiling. That is sick as shit.
And them dancing the Britney Spears. Come on, it's great.
Yeah, getting crushed by the Pepsi sign.
So yeah, I'm sure Pepsi were thrilled that the main villain died because of their watch.
she still couldn't get that can open.
She's still trying to open this can to this day in several other movies. Oh man, I would love that if every single movie we see of her now outside of Madam Web, she's just holding that Pepsi can. It's just super glued to her fingers.
Didn't see that in Materialist, unfortunately.
Ah, damn it. But it's Madam Web and Captain America in the same movie, am I right, guys?
Oh my God, you're right. That is a huge Marvel crossover movie.
Well, anyway, we're going to get back to the movie here. Margaux. We're not talking about the Materialist or Madam Web. We'll talk about that in our Margaux. Well, actually, it's all M's. Materialist, Madam Web, and Margaux. This could have been a nice triple feature, actually, tonight.
Yeah, it could have been.
But sadly, no. It's just Margaux. But throughout the whole montages, we get, like, some fake, we think we're going to kill somebody, but it doesn't happen. Like, Lexi, she gets dragged into the pool, but nothing happens. And then we got one of my favorite shots in the movie that they reuse a couple times is like we get to this what I can only call as a green screen room. It's never explained what this room is.
Yes, it's an incredible. It reminds me of that like Tim and Eric sketch where Paul Rudd is like doing the his like dancing sequence.
Yes.
Job. It's like that where it's just everything is just they're just standing on a giant green screen and the actors have no idea what they're looking at, but they're told just there's amazing things going all around you.
I was saying it was more like Margaux Cerebro, because that's basically what this is. It's just this dome-like room where it's just like all this like special effects can happen. That's all it is, and I guess it's connected to the server room. There needs to have been scenes before we saw that guy's head get squished like a melon. If that's the guy who made Margaux, the AI, or the house, like I need to have scenes of what this stuff is before we actually get to the house.
Yeah. Did they even explain like who created this? What created this?
I don't think so.
I don't think they did. I think for when she was like, I don't know, like going on and on or whatever she was talking about, I think she did mention how like she's had hundreds of other people stay there. I think the people in the beginning were just someone else who just rented out the place because they appeared on the little fake Iron Man suit clips or whatever, and they were just a bunch of other people, I guess, who stayed there too.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, there's two scenes. There's one in that green screen, whatever the hell that room is, where Margaux kind of explains to Hannah, the lead star here, where it's like, kind of explains her motivations a little bit, not really. And then there's like this like parlor room scene at the end where she kind of also explains what's going on, but it's really ill-defined. And like, I'm just thinking like, so is she like faking like phone numbers and like how does she pay the bills to keep the house running, because somehow someone's got to come here and like get the taxes off this house every year.
Yeah, who cleans it? There's got to be like a cleaning crew or something.
Well, Margaux, I would assume, cleans it with the white goo. She cleans it, guys, with the white goo that we get introduced right around here.
Yes, there is a lot of gack on the floor, white gack everywhere.
I mean, I said not to use the C word, but I'm sorry. It's just cum. That's what it looks like throughout this entire movie. That's all it is.
Honestly, it's a bit disgusting looking.
It's very on the nose.
I don't know. It looked just more like paint to me than anything.
Well, when we get later in the movie and this goo hits our protagonists in the face, yes, they just went to Home Depot and got a white paint can and just sprayed it on their face. But when it's in this horrible CGI gelatinous mode, it just looks off. I'm sorry, it just doesn't look right.
It's a little off color, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, we finally get into somewhat the meat and potatoes of the movie because Margaux gets everybody into their rooms to do stuff. You know, Richard Harmon has the weed room, so he just gets busy getting high. Hannah's not caring for any of this. She didn't agree to any of the terms and agreements, and we later find out she built a firewall in her room, which I don't know. I don't think that works. I don't know how that works. Whatever. It's plot device, whatever.
She's a coder.
It's a coda. Yes, that's right. Trevor, this is 2 movies in a row we've watched for this podcast where data and like ill-defined like cyber attacks happen.
Yeah, I know. And as an actual programmer in real life, it doesn't really make any sense, and it makes us look stupid.
Yes. And but was War of the Worlds a better movie than this? Tune in to find out.
As far as portraying technology goes, yes, actually.
In that regards, but we'll see if it's a better movie when we get later towards the end of this podcast. But what happens is both Kayla and Devin, 2 friends of the nerd crew, they start to have sex, but then like again, kind of like in a James Bond moment, like the ceiling starts to collapse on them, so they have to like somehow try and get out. But when you know it, Kayla is just like this dominatrix, so she tied Devin with like some handcuffs to the bed so he can't move. Whoops. And then like the white goo comes and then she gets stuck on the ground, which again just seems like a fetish of some kind. This girl just stuck on the floor, all sticky. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this movie.
No, there's definitely, I mean, there is some like BDSM shit. There's some femdom stuff, you know, so there's some fetish here.
There's grapefruits. Don't forget about the grapefruits.
Yes!
Oh, right. Yes. So earlier in the movie, we saw both these two, Kayla and Devin, getting it on a little bit. Pete, this is a rated R movie, but we don't really see any like hardcore sex scenes in this movie, ladies and gentlemen. But this girl knows all about the grapefruit technique.
Yes.
Because there's just a grapefruit with a hole in it early on in the movie when we're introduced to them. And then in this scene, Margaux seems to know that kink because she just has like an empty grapefruit right in the center of this bed.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, she has a stack of 10 grapefruits for her waiting.
Yeah, she had a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying I know what that technique is, but I feel like that's overkill, especially if you're just going to do the real thing.
Oh, you don't know what that is?
It's
a reference to a very famous internet video where
I know the video, Trevor. I know everyone has seen that
okay.
video.
Okay, just making sure in case someone hasn't seen that.
And whenever I'm at a hotel breakfast and I see that grapefruit, I just get horrible flashbacks.
They gotta cut a hole in that thing.
In case they haven't seen it, just leave the link in the description below.
Yeah. I'm not going to advertise your work, DeAndre. I'm just going to link to that video. Wow, I can't believe you directed this viral video, DeAndre.
It was me all along.
We do a little zigzagging here because you think, oh, the ceiling's going to collapse on them and they get squished to death. No, somehow a wooden pillar stops Devin for sure getting crushed to death on the bed. But somehow this white goo is also like a type of a water liquid because like it hits like a socket and she gets electrocuted to death. And then Devin's able to get out, but he falls into the white goo, and then the ceiling hits him in a way where he just drowns in the white goo. It's a very complicated way to get them to die.
Yeah, there's multiple kills in this where they're setting up multiple different situations for the characters to get killed, and it keeps subverting your expectations, where it's like, oh, he's going to die this way? Nope, he's going to die this way. Oh, wait, no, he's actually going to die this way. And they keep doing that, and it's not nearly as clever as they think it is. It's actually more just frustrating, especially because the way he dies is just drowning in the goo, which is way less, like, just crush him to death from the ceiling. That's a more interesting kill.
Yeah, that's when I learned, at least when I was watching this with you guys, it's like this movie spent the budget on the gore at the beginning to grab your attention, but it is not really going to go hardcore. Maybe it does a little bit by the end, but like not really. They spent all of their money on the first kill, and here it's just like they're trying to be a little bit too safe.
Yeah.
Even though this is a rated R movie, the curse words are flying, blood is everywhere. I don't understand why they felt the need to like tone down the violence even a little bit.
It also begs the question too: if she has tentacles and we've seen them just stab people in the stomach, why don't you just do that in the beginning? Why have them somewhat, I mean, like, like raise or lower the ceiling, and then it stops, and then they fall over. What if they didn't fall over and get stuck in the goo? Just I don't know. Maybe her tentacles doesn't reach the room because we ever saw them. Well, we saw them in the bathroom later, but it's like, if you're gonna kill them, just kill them instantly.
Well, yes, we were thinking that a lot, especially because this AI seemingly wants to like have these people just be tortured before she kills them. But DeAndre, you kind of skipped over the big thing of your explanation there. She has tentacles?
Yes, she has long Dr. Octopus like type tentacles that just I mean, as I told you all beforehand, the CG of those are just horrendous, but I question, are they even better than the 2000 movie Smart House from Disney Channel? I wonder which tentacles in that movie is better, to be honest.
Yeah, that had Disney money, so it probably looked a little bit better.
Well, I have never seen this Disney Channel original, so I will have to watch it, and I will get back to you, DeAndre, on whether or not that's actually better than this. It can't be worse. There's no way it can be worse. But basically what happens is everybody wakes up. They don't realize Kayla and Devin are dead just yet because we also skipped this little plot point, just like the tentacles. Margaux, with the white goo, can make clones of everybody. So she just has a robot, or a goo clone, I should say, of Kayla and Devin just swimming forever in this pool. We see this like 20 times before we get it, that they're not like human anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you think, being a smart AI, she would make the clones, just act like a normal human being.
No, it can never act human. It's always got to act like a weirdo. It can never just pretend to be cool.
It's got to be off.
Yeah, we've seen them talk later, though, so it's like, why couldn't she just have them just sit and just be eating at the table or something normal? But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I said it in the middle of watch because I assume that's where this plot was going, where it's like all the characters were just going to pretend to be real, but they all get killed one by one, and then Hannah's the last one. She's the only one that's not a clone. She's got to save the day. It's not really what happens in this movie, which I guess is good. I think that movie would have been a tired trope, but yeah, speaking of subverting expectations, though, Richard Harmon, his character Clay, he goes through so much false flags before we finally see him get killed.
Yeah.
He lights up his pipe of weed where there's a gas leak. That doesn't work. She tries to give him acid in a cup. He doesn't drink it right away. And then just finally she just like turns on the garbage disposal while he's also drinking the acid. I don't know. Just a very like cartoonish way for him to do all this stuff. And then like he eventually dies. So unfortunately that's it for him in the movie. He disappears.
I'm just now realizing that this is actually good writing because the entire point of the movie, ultimately at the end, is when Margot's given her giant speech. The whole point is that human beings are illogical. And so I guess the whole idea is like these people are doing illogical things, and so she's trying to kill them, but they keep subverting her expectations because she can only think logically. So actually I think it's pretty good writing now that I think about it. I get what they're going for now.
You know what? I'll say this. You're kind of on the money, Trevor, because there is points in this movie, actually very hilariously so, where Margaux is just like, wait a minute, you didn't do this. Wait a minute, why didn't this happen?
Wait a second, hold on. Is this whole thing a meta-commentary about how horror movie characters never act logical? And this is their, like, commentary on that?
Do you think the producers of Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies are that smart to make a movie like this?
Yes! Yes, that's exactly what they were going for. I know it. We need to get them. We need to get an interview with them and ask them because I think I'm right.
You want to get Chris Beirudi and Nick Waters on to talk about their penmanship on this?
Find them on X.com. I'm sure they have an account. Let's tweet at them.
I'd rather use Blue Sky and not use X, but I mean, we could
okay.
certainly go for it.
Well, either way, I think I cracked the code, and actually, now that I think about it, this is pretty well written. I just had to think about it for like 5 seconds.
Am I the crazy one here, or what do you think, DeAndre?
That's a really good take from the film. I can see that where they were doing stupid stuff, and I mean, it kind of goes into what you're saying, but it's still, at the end of the day, it was still executed not as well as I think they thought they were doing, and I still think I won't say what I think the movie is to the end, I guess. So
I think I need to make a 4-hour video essay about why this movie is actually kind of genius.
I think you need to write your dissertation on this and put it on
Yes.
RogerEbert.com.
I think I cracked the code, guys. I really did.
Well, as we keep going, I guess, again, subverting our expectations, we think Lexi, the preppy girl, is going to get killed on her Peloton, because that thing's just going right up that butt and, like, twisting her spine. Which...
Yeah. I'm so mad they didn't do the kill that I was really hoping for, because they're kind of setting it up where it kind of seems like the Peloton is going to, like, literally stick her in the ass and kill her, like, up that way, but instead they kind of do, like, a lame fake-out death with it.
there's so many low-angle ass shots.
Yes, it's just an excuse to get ass shots in the movie, really.
Oh, dude, there's so
Yeah.
many ass shots. You could tell the direction was, okay, ladies, no bras in this scene,
Yes.
especially when they're on the Peloton
Yes.
or treadmill.
They're treadmilling it up, and yeah, you can see everything.
At this point, we're finally, everybody else that's still alive figures out, oh, shit, Margaux's evil. They killed Clay. Both of our friends are now Goop clones. So they start a fight scene because evil Kayla and Devin start fighting them. Lexi goes on upstairs to the showers with Kayla. Devin uses this sweet, like, sort of like a turkey cutter or ham cutter. He's about to, like, cut this one dude, Drew, by the throat. But for some reason, Margaux makes him feel pain, so just a quick shot in the nuts just makes him immobile. And then we get the second best practical death of the movie, and they kind of get away with it with using the white goo as blood. Drew just takes the turkey cutter and just puts it right through the guy's neck, and then just blood starts splurting out like Evil Dead style on his face. It's pretty great, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I liked most of the deaths when they actually happened, for real. I think most of them were pretty great.
Well, we're getting to the one death that DeAndre really hyped me up on, which is where
So stupid.
Lexi suddenly turns into Chung-Li and kicks evil Kayla through a plate glass window, which is very impressive. I don't know how she got that strength.
I like to call it the Captain America kick.
She does the splits and everything.
Yeah, shout out to the stunt team on this movie, because there's actually some pretty sick stuff here.
But wouldn't you know it, earlier Kayla whipped Lexi's hair, a bit of her hair off, and it landed on the floor. And then Chekhov's hair, she just slips like a banana peel, as DeAndre told me, and then she just cracks her neck. And then that's the end of Lexi, everybody.
Like leaps in the air as if she's a cartoon character and falls on the ground and just dies, because that really happens in real life when you slip on a piece of freaking hair.
I can buy slipping on the hair. It's more how she falls, because like she almost does like a Rey Mysterio backflip onto the ground. It's very weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very fun. It comes out of nowhere.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, especially when you compare it to like Evil Devin's death. It's like, wow, they ran out of ideas at this point and how to kill everybody in this movie. We're almost at the end of this movie. This is an hour and 45 minutes. It drags, but we're almost at the end just recapping this shit.
Oh wait, just to go back, when we first discover that she can do clones, literally all the characters are just like, wow, okay, and just was not amazed at like a robot literally that can create basically anything right in front of you, and you wouldn't like make it create or do anything, like just to like take control of that or anything.
Yeah, this Margaux can create clones. Just the white goo in general would probably shit my pants seeing that technology. Yeah, it just can make food out of thin air. All these digital screens can change the lighting, can do all of this stuff.
Well, okay, specifically the part that was like very funny to us, I think, was the two characters are in the basement and Margaux showing them all these like crazy visuals that she can create out of nowhere. It's like a giant 3D realm, and then they say like, oh, that was cool, let's go play Truth or Dare instead.
Millennials, am I right? If it's not on their phone, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, so it was, they were not impressed by this house, which, that's the thing. I was expecting this to take place in, like, I don't know, the year 2035, where, like, this kind of stuff is common or something. But they're acting like, I don't know, if I walked into a house that could create, like, matter from thin air, I would be, like, questioning my very existence. But everyone's just very cool with it, apparently.
Guys, this takes place in the year 2021 or 2022, and I only know that because they got a sweet new Hyundai SUV that pulls up to the house.
They did.
It was a nice car.
Nice $50,000 car that they got for free for the production.
Yeah, Drew, the lead actor that is kind of like the final guy here, it's like he admits later that he like spent money to go to this Margaux house, and then I just assume he spent $50,000 on his Hyundai just to impress Hannah, which I'm like, couldn't have gotten a better car? A Hyundai? Really?
Yeah, what's wrong with a Hyundai?
I mean, it's reliable, I guess.
Well, there goes our Hyundai sponsorship we were gonna get. Thanks.
Look, Trevor, we're trying to get the Tubi sponsorship. We got to get that first, then we'll try and get a car dealership.
That's true. Tubi, please. We can advertise to 12 people. That's a lot of viewers for you.
I'm shocked that this is not a Tubi original, by the way. This is owned and streamed by Paramount. You can get it on Paramount Plus, which is where we totally got it, right, guys?
Yes, we definitely did. We definitely paid money to watch this.
What's also surprising, there wasn't like 20,000 logo intros in the beginning, too.
No.
Just one.
Yeah, it was one, and it just gets right into the movie, which is it's not very, modern movies don't do that, so I was very surprised.
Yeah, especially ones like these.
Yeah, this type of movie screams money laundering scheme by like by Chinese nationals. That's what it screams to me.
I'm surprised I didn't see Ketchup Entertainment at the beginning.
But hey, Ketchup Entertainment is saving the Looney Tunes. Thank you very much. They're the good guys now.
That's true. Everyone loves Ketchup Entertainment now.
Before then, utter trash.
Yes.
You just see some fake studio, Picture House Hollywood Movies Company Incorporated films.
Yeah. It was the most generic sounding company name I've ever heard.
Whenever it sounds like a business name, you know you're in a bad time with a movie.
Yeah, it sounded more like a lawyer firm than a motion picture company.
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. I don't recognize that company.
Although the one, what do you call that?
Margaux?
No, not Margaux. It's like the one movie that defeats that, where you think it's going to be bad when it's like 1,000, intros, is obviously Late Night with the Devil, which had like 20 or like so many intro to that movie.
Yes. It just keeps going.
Yeah. And that movie is actually really great, so that's the one.
What's not great, spoiler alert, I mean, no, this is a great movie, Margaux. So basically, we get Hannah's, because she's such a great hacker, she puts malware into Margaux's software. There's like an abandoned part of the server green screen room that looks old and has white goo. That's our only explanation, everybody. We have still no idea why Margaux is this killing machine. Yep, nothing. It was old and dusty, and that's it. That's all we know. But we initially think the plan doesn't work because those Doc Ock tentacles come back and just kidnap Drew and Hannah, and they wake up tied up. And the only explanation we get from Margaux, who is now Lexi, for the remainder of the movie, she's just basically saying she wants to be a serial killer. That's all I got out of her endless monologue rant with like 15 minutes left to go in this movie.
Well, no, it's like I said, again, the genius of this film is that she's a computer who is logical, and human beings aren't logical, and so she wants to understand, like, I guess why, which still really doesn't make any sense, I think.
No, I mean, you could just sit down and talk. Why do you have to kill in order to prove a point?
You just have to study human beings for like a second. You can understand. Okay, they're illogical. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm a computer. I don't know. They try to get like very philosophical with it, and it doesn't really mean anything. None of this matters.
Yeah, Ex Machina. This movie's not. I guess we can say.
Yeah.
But at the end, we realize that Hannah and Drew are actually going to be not trapped forever or get killed by Margaux as we sink. Somehow, Hannah is such a genius hacker, even though she's in a what I can tell is a community college level education. She's able to take control of the white goop and make clones out of her and Drew and all of the dead friends, and then they just take turns beating the shit out of the Margaux robot.
which again is very great. I love it when Stephen C. Miller is obviously an action director as much as he's a horror director, and so he likes to throw in this random stuff like that. These like random stunts and fight scenes, which I appreciated. It was very fun.
Not before we got the battle cry of some white or black canary / hawk girl scream from Margaux, which was so random.
Very random. She doesn't use that power ever again. Just break their eardrums.
Yeah, I don't understand why her power is to scream really loudly.
I'm starting to think the three writers here kind of lost how powerful Margaux is at this point of the plot.
I don't think these writers communicated to each other when they were writing this. I think they wrote 3 different scripts, and I think they just combined them into one.
But at the end of the day, what I love is that, the fight scene, such as it is here, is okay. They do martial arts, which I appreciate. These robot clones know martial arts, so they just, again, beat the shit out of Lexi. And then what I'm confused with is that, okay, so this Lexi clone is evil. It's just part of the white goo. At least we think. But then all of a sudden they just start ripping her to shreds, like pull a leg off, pull an arm off, and like actual blood starts coming out. So like, was this like her actual body that she hijacked? I kind of got lost in that thing.
Well, earlier in the film, she did say she was experimenting, like how to make blood, essentially, like Margaux, and so that's what I thought. But I don't know. Maybe she actually was like a cyborg or something. Maybe she got like a body that she put her consciousness in or something. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
she could have grabbed the body because the only thing that was messed up was her neck. So the rest of Lexi's body was like completely fine. So she could have put half of herself in it and just controlled her to walk around. Maybe the other half was really Lexi. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's actually. I guess that's kind of like more interesting and dark. But I guess they don't. Yeah, I guess we don't know, do we?
This is like, so you're telling me, DeAndre, that did she like make her vocal cords like supersonic, like Black Canary? Is that what she did in the 5 seconds in between scenes of kidnapping everybody?
I mean, hey, Margaux works fast. Like, she doesn't have time to mess around. When she has an objective, yeah, she's gonna do what she needs to be done.
She's a powerful AI.
# work hard.
Well, she doesn't get the job done because unfortunately she gets just ripped to shreds. And I just love how Richard Harmon's clone is just like holding this leg like it's a Fred Flintstone prop or something.
Yes, that was a good little gag.
But at the end, we think Hannah and Drew are fine. They're all good. But oh no, Drew was a clone the entire time. When did he die? I have no idea. That's never addressed. But he doesn't follow Hannah into the Hyundai because he just turns into white goop, which was very funny to look at.
Yeah, they make a big emotional scene out of this guy turning into just paint on the floor.
Yeah, and then Hannah just gets in the Hyundai. She thinks she's safe, but oh no, her phone still has some remnants of Margaux because she introduces herself in the Bluetooth car portion of the car and smashed the credits.
Gasp.
Sequel setup, I guess.
Yes, which I really hope there is a sequel.
Well, it's been 3 years and no announcement of a sequel. I haven't even seen news articles of this original movie, so I don't think this made a splash.
No, I don't think anyone signed up for Paramount Plus to watch this.
No, I think they signed up for the South Park and the UFCs. I don't think they're doing it for Margaux.
Yeah, probably.
But that's about it. That is the end of Margaux. So I guess we'll go around the horn. And DeAndre, since this was your choice that I totally didn't force upon you, would you recommend 2022's Margaux?
No, I would not recommend. It is just, not going to say a waste of time. There are like a few cool moments, but it's just not very good. Like, it's just, yeah, the characters and actors, they do the best that they can, but like it's, and like you said like earlier, it's like another AI house situation and computers taking over. AI is bad. It's like you've seen one, you've seen them all. This doesn't do anything better, or really do anything that changes, that makes it stand out or better than the rest that are way more enjoyable than this.
All right. Well, Trevor, how do you feel?
Well, now that I cracked the code, like I said, I think if you want to like study philosophy and like actually like watch a movie that makes you think, I think this could be a really good one. If you just want like a mindless horror movie, no, don't watch this. Although maybe just watch what's that YouTube channel Dead Meat? Like, doesn't he do like the compilation of kills or kill reviews or something for horror movies? Did he do an episode on this? If he did, might as well, because that's the only good part about this.
I don't believe he has as of this recording,
No.
but maybe we'll will into existence because we're telling him to do it.
We have that much pull in the industry, yes. I don't know, just watch the first 5 minutes of this with the massage chair kill and then get out.
Yeah, I hope that's on YouTube. But look, you got Socrates, Plato, and now Margaux. That's what you're saying, Trevor.
Yes, absolutely. If you want to get smart, watch this movie and analyze it like I did.
Well, I'm going to be smart by, I guess, saying no, so it's a triple no for this episode. But yeah, like, as you two already mentioned, as we've mentioned on the podcast, the opening 5 minutes is great. I wish the movie kept that pace for the entire way, but it doesn't. I don't, like you said, DeAndre, I don't blame the actors. I think they're trying as hard as they can with the terrible, terrible script they got. It's just, the script really just kills this movie because everybody is just trying to sound like hip and young, and just let them talk normally. Just like, God, you could probably even have these guys just like riff off the cuff and probably make the same product.
Yeah, just write their own dialogue. That's what every young person, every young actor should do in a movie. Is just make their own dialogue.
Yeah, but just like, it's just like, again, it's an hour and 45 minutes. It didn't drag like some movies we've watched together, Trevor, but like, it's just, this movie needed to be shorter. It needed better writers. And quite frankly, all the kills here should have been practical. If you could do practical in the first 5 minutes, you could have done practical for everything else and come up with better kills too for everybody else. But yeah, I think this is the first time we're going to say no, because normally I think you and I split, Trevor. But with our special guest, we've made a new venture.
Yeah, I'm glad we're reviewing movies and telling people not to watch them. That sounds like a really great scheme here.
I don't know how much Paramount Plus is these days, but yes, do not go out of your way to get a subscription to watch this if you're one of those sickos that do that sort of thing. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for Margaux. So we got a special guest here, so I gotta ask what they're doing these days. So Trevor, what are you doing right now?
I'm recording this podcast.
All right. Well, DeAndre, what are you up to right now?
Right now I'm in the process of writing my next short film. I came up with a pretty solid idea that I'm really excited for, and right now I'm just kind of outlining different like scenarios and characters and what they're about. I'm gonna hopefully start to write it soon and get it out there, start filming possibly within like another month or so, and get it out there to the world and possibly some festivals and see where that goes from there.
Well, I can't wait to help you with that because I helped you with your last short. And, I'm going to obviously put this in the description, both on Apple and on YouTube. But what is the short that you have out available right now on the interwebs?
Oh, right now, my latest short that's out there is called Watch Yourself. It's a short film about a young man who gets infatuated with his neighbor, but that infatuation leads him into like a deadly path that he's not sure if he can come back from. So make sure you guys try to check it out. Watch Yourself on the Dre 5DS YouTube page, DRE 5DS, and tell me what you think. If you love it, hate it, hey, either way, leave a comment.
Hey, I'm always grateful to have you come back, DeAndre. Again, we've been good friends for the last 3.5 years, met at the job that we're currently at, and I would love to have you back on here. It's been a blast to have you, and as mentioned, I will put in the description, the short that you have out right now on YouTube, and I again look forward to all the future stuff that you're working on. Hey, you're gonna do this stuff right now, DeAndre, in a few years, Paramount's gonna call you and do Margaux too.
And but then they're gonna hear the podcast and they'll be like, "Yeah, we heard your voice on the podcast." Or no, someone on Twitter is gonna clip me saying bad shit about it, and then you're gonna see a headline: Hollywood reporter DeAndre Armstrong loses film because of podcast a few years ago.
Yeah, and instead they're gonna hire me because I was the one who actually talked good about it for a second.
I would just love if that newspaper headline just had you like your pockets are out because there's no money in it, and that's just like, well, that's the end of me. Well, I'm gonna hope and pray that doesn't happen to you, DeAndre. Being on this podcast ruins your Hollywood career, but it'd be kind of funny if it did.
No, it would be cool. I love you, Paramount. Or not really, but yeah, just hire me.
You got to say that. They're giving all the money. All the money is going for Paramount these days. You have to say yes to them. But all right, well, folks, I think that's another episode in the books. Again, appreciate all of you listening, whether you watch it on YouTube or Apple Podcasts and the like. And again, DeAndre, it was very nice having you. Thank you so much for coming here. And Trevor, same as always. Always good.
Yeah, it's mutual.
Yeah. Well, on that note, everybody, thank you all for listening, and have a good one.
Thank you. Bye.
The claps, which sounds terrible, saying that out loud.
You are the clapper, so...
I am the clap! I do the clap! That's an inside joke, Trevor. You'll get it one day.
Oh, God. You guys you already got inside jokes here?